Good afternoon and welcome to the instructional video for the Etrusco i7400 QB edition. So I'm going to walk you around the outside of the vehicle first and then we'll take you inside. So on the driver's side we've got mirrors that electrically operate from inside. We've got the mains plug-in point, so you'll plug in your mains cable just into the fixture there. We've got the habitation door, which has got a door retainer, so once you open it, it just presses in place and holds back. The door itself's got a blind built in and we have a fly screen. Above that we've got a full awning. I'll send you a separate video how to use the awning. We've got fridge vents top and bottom. You can buy covers if you're going to use these in lower temperatures, and we've got an awning light just up to the top there. Below we've got a toilet cassette and we'll press the button to unlock it, use the key to unlock that side. It magnetises up and then you've got a little blue handle here that will slide out the unit. So once you've pulled out the toilet, there's a little handle at the top. You've got a little twist cap that you remove to empty the waste inside, a little circular button that allows the air to escape. You'll tip it up and empty out what's in your toilet. You've also got a little handle there and you've got wheels on the bottom. Once it's clean, then you'll slide it back in, just so it clicks over that little fit in here. Now you can either put your chemicals in it before you slide it back in, or you can put it in when you put the toilet back in place. That will only slide out when you've got the valve inside in the correct position, and I'll show you how to do that when we go to the inside of the vehicle. To the back of the driver's side we've got two locks, so when they're open like that, they're in a full usable open position. To lock it, you simply put your key in, twist it, and then it should sit flush with the door and that'll be locked. So locked in that place, turn the key, it will spring out and it will become unlocked for you. So what you do now is you twist those, same at the bottom, and then that will open up that area for you. So into your garage area, we've got carpets and we've got cab carpets, a little indicator to tell you how much weight you can put in, and we've got a mains plug socket just in here as well. Your awning handle, it can just be found on the back wall just up there. Side the panel is where the Truma boiler is, but I'll come on to that later in the video and show you where the drain valve for that is. We've also got a light that turns on and off here, so once you turn the power on inside you can illuminate that garage area for you. So that's how you get into the garage on that side. Twist to lock and then push them in to completely lock. On the rear of the vehicle we've got a high up reversing camera and we've got mounts for a bike rack should you want to add that. On the passenger side again, twist to open. We've got in here, we've got sort of tie downs, so if you want to strap anything down you can twist these and move them along and then tie them back in place. Carpets that I mentioned, and then inside this cupboard is where your gas will be. So this will take two gas bottles. There's a pig regulator fitted just up there, and you'll need the gas bottles and a pigtail to connect to whichever bottles that you have in there. Yeah. The vehicle will come with a full instruction manual, so that's what you'll find in that white folder, which we will give you on the day of collection. Forward of that, in the past it has had a refillable system, so if you did want to add a refillable gas system you've already got the hole cut in the side for you there, but it hasn't got it on this particular model because the previous customers have removed it. You got the vent for the boiler. It does say on the middle of that it's hot, so just be careful with that because it does get hot. Don't put anything on it, hang anything on it. That is ventilating your boiler. Forward of that, underneath we've got the drain valve. So you'll have a little key that goes onto the metal bracket and that will drop water out of the waste pipe there. So that's anything that you've put down the sink, the shower, the toilet area, that will come out there. Filling up the fresh water, you'll remove the freshwater filler cap. Yep, so when it's locked it'll just spin. Again, using the single key for that side of it, push it in and it will twist out, and that will give you access to fill up the fresh water tank. We do recommend you use a food grade hose pipe with that as well, and then when you finish doing it, it will overflow and you'll be able to just remove your keys just like so. Inside there is a drain tap, and again I will come on to that later inside when we get inside the van. Forward of that, we've got the diesel point and we've got the AdBlue. So you'll need to keep an eye on both. The AdBlue does have a little warning on the dash. The diesel obviously is marked inside as it is on most cars. Into this area here, you'll find your bonnet release catch. So you'll pull that down to give you access to that. And you've also got an additional vent to either cool or blow air into that front cab area. Underneath the seat itself is where you will find your main electrical boxes. So your various fuses, your main e-box, that's all located underneath the passenger seat. In the compartment in the middle here is where you'll find your engine battery. So that's where it's located. This door has an electric window switch and an opening handle to open access into and out of the vehicle. The bonnet itself, once you release it, will literally lift towards you and then down. Yeah. And in here you've got your screen wash, which is easy to access. And then we've got your positive point, which can just be found there. Your negative point generally goes onto that little tab at the top there. On the opposite side we've got your dipstick, and just behind that we've got your oil. Closing that, you just lift it up and then firmly press it in. That will close off that area. Okay, that's the outside done. Let's move on inside. So inside here I mentioned about the closing of the freshwater tank, and that can be situated just down here. So it's the little lever on the top, and you'll close it until you hear the first click, and that will be to the 20 litres. Keep going all the way round, and that will allow you to fill it up to the full capacity. Once it's full, it will come out of the outside filling point and allow you to know that it is full. You've also got a level gauge inside that tells you. So that is your drain for your fresh water. Now you'll need to have that in the right position before you go on to the next part. And the other thing to close is just down here. We've got a frost protection valve. Yeah. So what we'll need to do on this is it's just located just at the bottom there. Yeah. Bit easier to show you on here. So basically you have a diamond on the top and a button at the bottom. You need to turn the diamond and press the button in. Yeah. And that's located just down there at the bottom. So just there. So you'll need to turn the diamond across and press the button in. So in the position you see it now, it would drain out any water as soon as you turn the pump on from your fresh tank. It will go from there into the boiler itself, which is this little unit here, and would drain out of there. To stop it doing that, you would do the following. So turn it across, so you'll see it's now across the vehicle, and the little blue button at the bottom is pressed in. Yeah, so that's how you stop the water from coming out underneath. So if anything drops out underneath at the back, it's more than likely your boiler. So to lock these buttons, you'll just need to press them in. And to the opposite side, you've got some storage in there. You would press that in. In the floor area, you've got storage in there as well. So that gives you access. So once you've done your frost protection valve and you filled up your fresh water tank, you'll want to come to your main control panel, and this is this unit here. So you can see there's an indication to say that we're plugged into mains. To turn the power on, you press that button there and it'll go green. That will turn on the varying lights in the vehicle. And then on this side, if we press this button, it'll tell us what voltage is in our leisure battery, if there is anything in our fresh water, and if there is anything in our wastewater. So quite easy to get your head around. When you want to turn your lights off, you can either turn them off manually using the switches that are around the vehicle. So there's several different locations for the switches on both sides. These ones under the bed, just press on and press off. But then you'll find there's more switches here, and then under here you've got two more switches, as well as a mains plug-in point just there as well. Or you can simply just press that and it will turn all the 12 volt off. But you'll need this on for the pump to work. Yeah, so you've got to have that on for the pump to work and the 12 volt system to work inside. Once you've done that, what you'll do is you'll come to your taps. Yeah, open it up and the pump will kick in. You can hear it. On the top of the tap, you've got a little indicator to tell you hot and cold. Now you'll turn it to the hot. Yeah, and that will, once you've got water in, will pull water through here. Now initially it will spit and spurt, yeah, and you run it until you've got a steady stream. Now it is advisable to do it both on that one there, on your shower tap, and on your bathroom tap. They're all clearly marked. What that does is it pulls all the air out of the boiler and fills the boiler up with water. Once you've done that, you'll come to your control panel here. Now you've got a thermostat to the left, and you'll want to turn this unit on. Now it's always advisable, and I'll show you how to do it. You press and hold it, is to turn it off initially. Only turn this unit on when you are plugged into mains electric or your gas is turned on, or both. So initially what we want to do then is we want to change the temperature. So we'll turn the dial once we've selected it on here to the desired temperature. Once we do that, it'll flash, and once it registers that we're up to temperature, it will stop flashing. The next option I always go to is the fuel source. So I know at the minute we've no gas, so we can either have EL2, which is 2 kilowatt electric, EL1, which is 1 kilowatt electric, mix of gas and 2 kilowatt electric, and a mix 1, which is a mix of gas and 1 kilowatt electric, or gas only. So for this instance, I'm going to put it on EL1. So we've now got the temperature that we want it in the motorhome, the fuel source that we're going to heat it with. We can then turn the dial back to this little thermostat here. Now this is your water temperature. So eco, which is approximately 50 degrees, or we've got hot, which is approximately 70 degrees. You can then go to a third option, which is boost, which takes all your power away from the heating to get your hot water up to temperature as quick as possible. But it'll only do one. It will either boost the hot water or the heating. So if you're trying to get both up to temperature at the same time, put that on hot. Now please don't turn this on unless you've done them following first 3 steps, that you've filled up your fresh water tank, you've turned on your power to your control panel, and you've primed it through your taps by turning it to hot and pulling the air through. If you do it without that, you'll come up with warning codes, you'll lock the boiler out, so try and avoid doing that if you can. Only use it when you've got water in the boiler. So we've got the vehicle temperature, water either on or either off on eco, hot or boost. We've got the fuel setting, and then the final one is the fan speed. So eco being a low fan, high being a fast fan. And once you've got it running for a period of time, it takes about 5 minutes for the fan to kick in and start running. You can then select into that, and it will give you the boost option as a third option. Yeah. So there are your 4 fundamentals to do with heating and your hot water system. You have an indicator to tell you that you're plugged in, but the main things are making sure you've got water if you're using hot water, making sure that you're selecting the right temperature that you want it and the right fuel source, and ensuring that you don't turn this unit on until you're plugged in or your gas is turned on. And likewise, turn it off, which you do by pressing and holding that middle button. Turn it off before you turn off your gas or unplug your electric. If you do that, guys, you'll not go far wrong. Above, we've got a little push button. Lift that up. That will give you access to the TV bracket and your solar charger. So here it tells you if it's fully charged or whether it's charging. And in the back is the aerial for the TV point. Yeah, there's a 12 volt socket there. So if you are getting a TV, it's advisable to get a mains and 12 volt TV. To pull the TV bracket, all you do is lift that little angle and then release the little cog here, and that will come down. You'll be able to put your TV on there looking towards your lounge area. Yeah, to get it back in, just click it up, lock in the pin and slide it back, and it just locks in place. Yeah. So below that we've got the fridge. So to turn it on, press and hold it, and it will light up this LED control panel screen. What you'll need to do is press this button here. Yeah, so we switch hands. It'll give us 5 options. So automatic, which in this case it will go to electric, manual electric, 12 volt, which is the engine battery, will only work when the engine's running. Yeah. Or we've got gas. So there are your options. Your gas, if you select it, you'll hear it starting to click. Yeah. So in this case, we're going to go on to the automatic option, which will select the mains electric because we're hooked up to mains. Turn the temperature down of the fridge. we just touch that button next to it. And the one to the side of it is a blower to stop your freezer compartment from freezing up. To get in there, just lift up this little lever here. That'll give us access into the freezer. And again, on the bottom, will give us access to the fridge compartment. Just like so. Built into each of these, we've got a little hook, which will allow you to then vent it if you're not using it. So it just stops any mold and grime building up if you're not using it. Yeah, to turn it off, or when it's running, you'll see there's an indicator there. If there's a fault, it'll come up with a red warning light. And to turn it off, you just press and hold, and that light will disappear. So again, quite straightforward. If you're unsure, there is a handbook that will cover everything that I'm going through today. Under here, we've got some storage. Just be careful putting anything heavy on the pipes, because that's your heating pipes that go around the vehicle, and they do have diffuser flaps on it to close or open up in different areas. In here, you'll find the key for the wastewater tank outside. So that's what you'll put on that little metal bracket. And then underneath here, we've got a bin built in. Again, some more storage. The main thing with these guys is just making sure that you press them in before you go off. And we've got a light here for the little strip along the edge of that cupboard. Your gas isolation valves can all be found just here. So they're all at the minute in the working position. So if you're ever unsure, revert back to the video, it'll tell you where they need to be. Another plug socket down here, and another blank space here if you want to add anything else. Below that, we've got the oven and the grill. We've got an igniter. Turn the grill to the right, and it will just light up. Turn it to the left. Once you ignite it, will light the burner at the bottom and allow you to turn the heat around. Yeah. When you're using the grill, make sure that you just have that ajar. It's common sense, I know. And below that, we've got your grill pan just there, and another cupboard storage area. They're all soft close, so let them close, and then you can press it in. Everything I'm telling you is in this little handbook here. And on this side, press it in, and it will ignite. You've got 1, 2, 3 for your gas burners. The windows have buttons in the middle. So you've got to press the buttons, which will open up the windows. Lift it out, and then if you twist the little dials on either side, that will hold the window out. Just like so. Yeah. Now we've got a fly screen, and we've got a blind. So again, you can have these in which position you want. And to put them back in, you just release them, and then the window will come back in, lift up, again using the push buttons in the correct position, and then lock it in place. Okay, they're the same all the way through the vehicle. Yeah, so the same on every window. The roof vents, you press your button in, lift it up, that will open it up, and you've got a fly screen and a blind on that as well. Just ensure that you do push them all the way back and all the way up above that before you're on with journeys. It's the same in that one there. Your shower one, pull that one down. We've got a little blind on here to cover the light, and then push them together, it will lift them up. Yeah, you've got a little coat hanger here, and make sure the press studs are in place for onwards travels. When you're using the shower, you'll need to remove the plate, so it does just lift up. Yeah, you can shower on the duckboard if you want to do, or some people don't like to do that. They'll remove it, and then you'll simply just unclip it from the top. We'll then extend, and then that will come round to then seal off. Just like that, your shower cubicle. Yeah, so slide that one in first place first, then that. You got a holder for your belongings there. And again, when you go on to drive off, you'll want to just latch it back in place up here. Yeah, and then put your infill back in place so it levels out that bedroom area. Just like so. Down here we've got some light switches. That does your shower area. We've got some blinds and fly screens. We've got some lights at the back. So they just have a little turn on switch at the side, which will turn them on as another light switch underneath there. Into here, you've got a hanging storage area, storage above, and another roof vent above there as well. To screen this area off, you can close that door. Yeah, to give you a changing area. You've got some towel hanging rails here. You've got coat hooks, and you've got storage pockets all the way up there. Underneath, you've got, again, some more storage areas in there, and again, making sure that they're pressed in. We've got a light switch for the bathroom area just there, and we've got a plug socket low down. We've got the flush button for the toilet, and I mentioned right at the beginning of the video about removing the toilet, the blade valve. This is the valve inside here, and the handle is to the side. So at the front it is in the closed position, and you could remove it from the cassette as I did earlier in the video. To use the toilet, you'll open it up. Once you've finished it, you'll flush the button using that little button there, and again, you've got to have the 12 volt on the main control panel. Then when you finish, you just close it, and that allows you to use it. This will spin round to give you more or less leg room, so you can move it to wherever you like. And again, we've got an opening hatch just here, which you can open up to ventilate that area. There's a curtain on here as well that will screen it off, so you've got that privacy if you want it. The bed itself doesn't lift up, so it's just a fixed bed, so for those that are wondering. And then on this side here, we have again got a hanging storage area and space underneath just there. The ladders are for getting onto the front bed, and I'll come to that now. So to get into the front bed area, what we'll need to do is we'll need to fold the seats down. And that's done using that little lever here. So you press the lever back and the seat will go down in a quick release fashion. Yeah, same on this side. So you can either do this way or the other way, or the forward facing way. It doesn't really matter as long as they're all the way down. You'll then secondly press that across, and then you will pull the bed down. So the bed's got a bit all the way down. Yeah. And then here you've got your own lights, you've got your own ventilation. So again, you're using the Heki roof lights, same as you are on all the other vans. And you put your ladders onto here, yeah? You've got underneath here, you've got your safety nets, yeah? So that will go into the little eyelets there. And then when you're ready, it will just simply push up out of the way and lock in place. So you should hear a click. Take it all the way up till you'll hear a click. Now the cupboards all have a little handle here. So what you do is you push that down and that will open up the space. So again, you can take these shelves out to make them smaller or bigger. And they're the same all the way along here. So push them down will give you access into the cupboard spaces all along the side of the vehicle. Yeah. In the living area, you've got 2 additional seat belts. If you have got passengers, then you'll remove this section here, this cushion, and then there's an infill wooden section that you remove there as well. In the floor area, again, we've got another storage area here, and under this seat, we've got storage here as well. So that will just lift up out of the way. You have got a little access panel under here as well. And in here is where you will find all your main trip switches. So this is like a main trip switch at home. To the left hand side where the little circle is there when I'm zooming in, that's your test button. So if you ever think there's no power coming to the vehicle, you press that little round blue button and that will flip them valves down. If you do that and nothing happens, it's generally what you're plugged into. So just check your mains cable or your side plug. Yeah, and that can be found underneath that side seat area on the driver's side. The table will lock in place just using the little locking pins here. Yeah. And then there is a lever on this side which will allow you to then push the table down in the middle to reduce the height to a lower level, or again lift it back up. But once you release it, you should see that there's free movement of the table. It will spin in different directions and you'll be able to have it wherever you want depending on how many people there are. When you're ready to move on, you just lock it in place. You'll feel it'll go tight on it, yeah, and that will lock it fully in place for you so that it is stationary when you're moving. The cab seats have a locking point. Now they'll lock in the rear facing positions now. To release it, you just release that button back and swing the seat around, yeah. Now on this side you'll just have to use the bar at the front, yeah, to help you get past your handbrake. You've got adjusters for the base of the seat at the front and the back, and again armrests and back rest adjusters to the side. So like I say, on the front one you'll just have to spin it round so that you move the steering wheel, and again just be careful of the handbrake. And on the opposite side it then just moves to here, so again just releases round and then just slide it so you clear the table just in there. I always find it easy to do it when you're not in the seats, yeah. To the left here we've got your wing mirrors, which is this one on here. This is your heater mirror option, so again it will illuminate when you put your cab on. We've got your fog lights, stop start option to turn it off. The menu, the mode button will take you through your menu, allow you to change your time, your date, things like that. We've got electric, we've got the windscreen wipers. To the left at the top we've got your lights. Lower down we've got three options if we sneak through there. So we've got the middle position that's off. The top position, which you just turn that dial, is your cruise control, and the bottom position is your speed limiter, yeah. Also at the end of here you have a trip counter that you just press that, and that will allow you to see what's miles per gallon, range, things like that. We're on the automatic gearbox, yeah, so literally just pull it down once you've got the engine going, and that will allow you to select either park, reverse, neutral or manual drive. We've got traction plus, hill descent, we've got your hazard lights and your lock button, which will lock this door only. The habitation door on here isn't central locking. Then in here we've got the multimedia system, so you will need your ignition on for the multimedia system.